though I forgot what it means. But that sounds great. My mind's going blank now. What's the song about? Everybody, what? I can't remember. Anyway.
LGB, FJB, LGB, FJB, LGB, FJB,
LGB, also FJB. All kidding aside, LGB plus FJB, and it goes like this.
LGB.
Come on, man. I'm so happy to say that.
FJB.
Let's go.
My very close friend Vladimir Putin. I thank you.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
You can feel like everybody loves Brandon.
FJB.
Let's go, Brendan.
That might sound something like a song that means a lot to me.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
So, I don't know what the hell's going on here.
FJB. From the United States of Texas, welcome to another fun-filled and action-packed edition of Rev-Nation, where we grease a squeaky wheel of socialism with liberal tears and take over the planet one radio wave at a time. And as always, there is no passport required. We want to take a minute to thank VRS, the Vet Radio Syndicate, and Common Sense Broadcasting Network for giving us this platform. Please visit the pages like millions of others. Check out the Hero Program, all the cool swag and awesome shows that make up these great stations. You could be a lot of other places, but you're here. And for that, we're grateful. We may not be as fun as an episode of My 600-Pound Life at a LIFO convention, but we do come with a money-back guarantee. If you like what you hear and see, be one of the cool kids. Share the page and show, because we can't do this without you. Quick disclaimer, the views on the show may not reflect the views of VRS, CSBC, or its owners. And as always, we will list our sources and express our views in any damn way we want. So keep that in mind, that these are our views. Go melt somewhere else. With no further ado, I am joined by Chris Russell of the Daily Brief. Please check out his site, and you can catch his podcast right here on Rev Nation. Boys and girls, please keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. And here we go. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. Especially after that introduction.
Oh, man, what a week, dude. And I am so looking forward to our guest tonight. I'm waiting for him to pop in here. He said he's going to click on the link here in a minute. Amanda is with the Chillins, and Shannon is out there promoting his new album with his new band, Deliberately Broken. Please check out Shannon Book Music and download his music on any platform that you can find music on. So, we've got a hell of a show. It's been one heck of a week with all the trials and everything going on, and we got a lot to talk about. It's just wow. Oh, wait a minute. My phone seems to be going off here. Is your phone going off, or I'm getting some breaking news here? I'm sorry. It's coming in on the computer. Oh, we've got some breaking news. This is coming in from our source inside Washington, D.C. We've obtained unseen footage of a phone call with Joe Biden, Jill Biden, discussing the new Omicron variant. And the picture's coming in now. There it is. The call is between the resident-in-chief and Optimus Prime concerning the origin of the new Omicron variant that was apparently found in a wet market on Cybertron. Oh, my God. They are now discussing a plan of attack and how to combat the Decepticons, which are apparently responsible for the attack. More updates will be given as information becomes available. My God, those tricky Decepticons, you got to watch them. You got to
never trust them.
Oh, my God. Quit pronouncing Greek letters wrong. I don't know what the hell. Dean, it is good to have you back, brother. Let me check my phone real quick for real this time and see where Buck is. Let me tell him we're waiting on him. He's he's got an amazing story, and I want him to tell it. And it's just, yeah. He's a true patriot and up and coming artist in Nashville, and he's actually ranked on Reverb-Nation is I think one of the top new prospects. So, Laura, yes, of course we want exciting news. We always want exciting news. And before we get into the news and headlines, Chris, there he is. He's coming in right now. I wanted to bring in Buck Allen. I'm going to add him to the stream. Buck, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, sorry, man. I thought I was there already.
Well,
How's
hey,
it going, sir?
Hey, we good, man.
Hey, Buck, I know. I saw that, man. I saw that. Buck, this is Chris, and everybody, this is Buck, Rev-Nation. This is Buck Allen. If you would tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to play some of your music here in a minute. And apparently you're going to do some live for us, correct?
Yeah, we're going to tease you a little bit.
Outstanding. Is it the song that you sent me earlier? Because if it is, I'm going to have to go get some glasses, dude. I think somebody threw some dirt in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
for that one.
Oh, man. Well, Buck, if you would, I told Chris a little bit about you. If you could tell us all a little bit about yourself and your background in Iraq and everything like that. Real quick, Laura. Laura has been a longtime listener of the show. She just made the Athletes Without Limits national team for both swimming and alpine skiing. Laura, much love, health, and respect to you. I'm in awe of you, and I would like to bring Laura on here. Her stories are pretty phenomenal. When she's a friend with Amanda, and of course, a friend of Amanda is a friend of ours. So, congratulations, Laura. I can't say that enough. Dean has been under the. Let me get back over here. Dean's been under the weather. He said, feeling like crap. The Rona's no joke. Yeah, it's not. If you haven't had it, it's real fun. It's great. So, anyways, okay, yeah, it's Laura put on there. The team is affiliated with the Paralympic team. I'm sorry, Buck. I just want to get that in there. She's a longtime listener and just a phenomenal person. Deanne Allen Amison.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Okay, she loves you. Just want to let you know she said that. So, all right. Well, Buck, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Well, I'll start out with Deanne. And that's the one solid in my life I've ever had. I love you too, man. That's my sister right there. She's that's my girl. I'm Buck Allen. I'm from Hurley, Mississippi, and I'm about 20 miles north of the Gulf of Mexico, and about 30 miles west of Mobile, Alabama. Been a songwriter my whole life. Remember walking to school as a kid, second grade, singing songs about making up songs that kids make up. Songs about birds and Jesus and flowers and whatnot. And this is my dog Hap right here.
Yeah, see,
he's a haggler. And got a little homie here too. Can't forget the homie. I've been writing my whole life, and we didn't come from like a really great upbringing or anything. Not a lot of adult support, and it's just been always an outlet for me. And I'm 54 years old. I've never stopped writing. I'm working on about 8, 9, 10, 30 songs right now, something like that.
Well, hey, Buck, I'm going to tell you right now, my daughters and I were discussing you. I said, you have to listen to his voice because his voice does not sound anything like he looks. And because you sing like you're about 18. I mean, honest to God, and I mean that in a good way. I really do. That's your voice is phenomenal. But anyways.
So when I was being that the upbringing that we had, we didn't have a lot of adult support in our lives. See, it was an automatic join the military. Boom. That was my grandfather went ashore at Omaha Beach. Grandpa, love you very much. My dad, my uncles, both my brothers, everybody in the family served, and so it was automatic. Before I was going straight from graduation straight to the Army, and I had open heart surgery and I was 10, so I couldn't join. And so then I tried the Coast Guard, the Marines, and the Air Force, and nobody would have me. for the simple fact that I had open heart surgery as a child. So I think that you're born with a sense of service. And we'll talk about that later because you said something about Kyle Rittenhouse, right? And
Roger that. Yes, sir.
so I've always had that. And I needed to do something to support the community, to serve in some way. And so I become a firefighter. And then my entire adult life, and even now, at 54, I'm still in emergency response. So in 2006, the beginning of 2006, I heard that there was an opportunity to go assist the military in Iraq. So I was like, all right, yeah, that sounds good, man. Combat firefighter, woohoo! Gonna get something. And so I went over with the DOD, and basically it was a medic, and it was fine. I spent 5 years over there. I was 2 weeks shy of having a full 5 years in Iraq. And I wrote a bunch of songs while I was over there. It gave me a completely newfound respect for the military and what it is that we're doing. And even to this day, I still have that feeling to serve. And I don't play bars. I play things like benefits and rallies and stuff like that. Matter of fact, tomorrow we're doing a benefit here locally for a guy that's getting a lung transplant.
Outstanding.
Good. So. But that's pretty much the long and the short of it. I'm a pretty simple guy. I live in South Mississippi. I own a farm, bunch of dogs, border collies. I like to hell.
I saw Chris. I saw his place today. I was telling you earlier. I definitely have farm envy right now. So, well, guys, Buck, if you want, if you would tell us a little bit about your music, and then if you want to do a live song now, you want to do it later. I want to get your music out there, but if you could tell us a little bit about the song, and then we'll get into the show because I do want to. Chris and I and you, of course, we want to discuss it, and I want the listeners to chime in about the Rittenhouse versus Aubrey verdict, and that's a big topic this week. So, Buck, if you would tell us a little bit about your music real quick and where we can find it, and give us a little sample, that'd be awesome.
The songs that you're going to hear tonight, you can get them anywhere. They're on all platforms. I've just regained all the rights to everything that I had. I put out some stuff back in the day with CD Baby, and they kind of swipe my rights. It's not necessarily a legitimate product. And so I just recently got all of my rights back within the last year. And so now we're getting everything back out there. We're remastering a bunch of stuff that had been released in 2012 and 2015. We're re-releasing. And so what you're going to hear tonight, you can get everywhere except one song. And that's Freedom's Not Free. We're going to release that in about 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. Sure. The first verse and chorus of that tonight. The first song that I'll play for you on my Martin here is called Mind Your Own Damn Business. And it's a pretty lighthearted song. I had a very nosy neighbor, always looking out the window, worried about everything but her own business, right? And so I wrote this for her. If you're wondering what I'm doing, it helps to grasp my pick.
I'd imagine it's a little bit cold out there, so.
And it is cold. Well, it's not cold right here, but you get away from this fire, it's cold. 30 tonight, and you're in Houston, so it doesn't take much to get you cold either, right?
Well, I worked the pipeline in Montana for many years, so it's literally 40-something degrees out here. I'm in a pair of shorts and t-shirt, so it's great.
Yeah, I spent some time up in North Dakota. There's a reason I live in South Mississippi. Great, but man, it's a little chilly for me.
Yes, sir.
So mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business and stay out of mine. And me and you will get along just fine. Don't worry who I'm dating if I'm drunk all the time. Mind your own damn business and stay out of mine. Well, I like to get drunk on a Friday night and Saturday too, man, but that's alright. I'm the happiest drunk you've ever met in your life. I'm just having fun. I ain't trying to fight. I ain't got no woman here keeping me down. I ain't got no sorrows that I'm trying to drown. to the 12-pack of beer that I'm wanting to pound, and I'm thankful that I'm here with my friends all around. So mind your own damn business and stay out of mine, and me and you will get along just fine. Don't worry who I'm dating if I'm drunk all the time. Mind your own damn business and stay out of mine.
I love it.
Don't lift your cans up high and drink with me, man. When it comes to getting drunk, you know that I'm a big fan. And drinking with y'all still sounds like a plan. So lift your cans up high and drink with me, man. So mind your own damn business and stay out of mine, and me and you will get along just fine. Don't worry who I'm dating if I'm drunk all the time. Mind your own damn business and stay out of mine. So mind your own damn business and stay out of mine, and me and you will get along just fine. Don't worry who I'm dating if I'm drunk all the time. Mind your own damn business and stay the hell out of mine.
Oh God, Buck, I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
And where we can catch your music on Reverb.
Yeah, it's on Reverb, Spotify. It's on the iTunes. It's on Pandora. It's everywhere out there.
All right. Well, we're going to push that as soon as you and I talk a little bit more. We'll get all the links out there on TTR Rev-Nation. All right, guys, let's get right into it. The Rittenhouse versus Aubrey verdict. The two different outcomes, I agree with 100% the way they both panned out. Now, I pulled up some things here, and as you know, I like to kill trees a lot, Chris. First of all, the BLM statement. This is directly off of the. Let's see here. I am looking for it. I apologize, guys. It's directly off. This is the BLM. This is the picture that they had up for their statement on the Aubrey verdict and the Rittenhouse verdict. Big bold letters, guilty on the Aubrey verdict. We uplift the spirit of Ahmaud Aubrey and send endless love to his family and loved ones. Deepest appreciation to all who organized, protested, ran, posted, and prayed. Every effort ushered in as much justice as could be had. May this victory inspire the continued struggle to transform every system of injustice and the continued fight for Black freedom, hashtag Black Lives Matter. Now, that being said, here's their statement on the Rittenhouse verdict. It says, we are not shocked. Today's not guilty verdict is expected when white supremacy lives and breathes within our institutions. It is a reminder of how our legal systems are deeply rooted in white supremacy. It was a setup from the beginning. The police, the judge, the court, mainstream media, and every single system involved all wrapped their arms around Kyle Rittenhouse from the very beginning, from even before the murders he committed. What this verdict reminds us of, that a nation deeply rooted and still committed to white supremacy, and we must continue to fight against it. What sparked this movement 8 years ago is the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the same vigilante state-sanctioned violence that we saw in Kenosha. Let this be a reminder that the system is working exactly the way it has been intended to. We have much work ahead of us. We cannot continue to accept a system that protects white supremacy. Now, these verdicts were within a couple of days of each other. And those statements came directly off the BLM website, directly off of it. So there's no sugarcoating it. There's no nothing. And what I want to ask y'all is, I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying to get to the comments here. What I want to ask y'all, and this is just me, old Texas boy here. Now, Aubrey, the verdict there, yes, I justice was served. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think those guys went out there with bad intentions, and they are now going to rot in jail, and they're getting what they deserve. Rittenhouse, on the other hand, and this is what puzzles me about BLM and why the system, because they had a lot more to say about the Rittenhouse verdict, which was actually a white-on-white altercation. Mm-hmm. And they are more upset. I can't use the word celebrating. They're more upset with the Rittenhouse verdict as opposed to celebrating the Arbery verdict, which, please, guys, help me understand, because I'm not sharpest tool in the drawer, but please help me understand.
Well, I think you have to remember that, like you said, with the Kyle Rittenhouse case, it was a white on white incident. The three attackers that attacked him, they were all white, and Kyle Rittenhouse was white. Rosenbaum was a convicted sexual predator who was chasing him.
Yeah.
And the facts are different in both cases.
Exactly.
In the Kyle Rittenhouse case, you have the character of Kyle Rittenhouse who went there to help defend businesses. He was actually seen and pictured in pictures cleaning up graffiti off the walls. And when he was attacked, he actually tried to run away before shooting them. And he actually shot up into the air in order to scare them, to try and get them away. And then when Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber and Groskutz, or whatever the last guy's name is,
it's an alphabet, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Sauerkraut.
Yeah, there you go.
But when they caught up with them, you had Anthony Huber, who was hitting them over the head with a skateboard, and you had Rosenbaum, a convicted sexual predator, who was literally trying to rip the gun away from him. I think the cases couldn't be night and day different,
Exactly.
Whereas in the Arbery case, these men literally chased him down the street instead of just calling the police and staying at a distance and saying, hey, this is what the deal is, and seeing what the police would do. They chased him down the street, and then it took the police 2 months in the Arbery case to arrest them.
That's right.
After they had shot him.
And I agree with the outcome with the Rittenhouse thing. I really do.
Oh, absolutely.
But if the prosecutor, which is, I think I could have done a better job, and I'm just a pipeline engineer, I think I could have done a better job prosecuting. But if they would have waited, I don't know, maybe a day or two instead of rushing to judgment, holy God. And let's not forget the unknown assailant that kicked him in the face with a boot.
Yep. And I think with the Kyle Rittenhouse case, you could see, if you were watching the case, if you were looking at it, the prosecutor had no case.
No.
I mean, no case at all. They were literally grasping at straws here, because self-defense is a right of every citizen across the nation. And I've said this before, what was really on trial was the right of a person in this country to defend themselves a situation. That is what was really on trial here. And that's what I felt the left was really trying to move against, because it couldn't have been clearer. That's why the judge got so upset in this case, because they actually brought up that he was silent during his arrest. You have the right to remain silent because anything you say and do can be used against you in a court of law. This is a basic fact of law in this country since the founding of our court systems. And he chose to exercise that right so that he wouldn't self-incriminate, so that nothing could be used against him. And they actually brought this up in the trial, in the judge. You could see it. It was plastered all over the news. Of course, the left tried to paint it as like, oh, well, this judge is biased. No, this judge was actually acting within the parameters of the legal system in which we have, which was to defend a person until they are proven guilty. They are innocent until proven guilty. That is the way our court systems work.
And if there's a problem with the court systems now, it is mainstream media's hand in the court system that makes you guilty until proven innocent. Hey, Jack Adams is here. He's an author. He's been on the show before. Jack, if you would put the link for your book on there. Phenomenal guy. Oh my God. He wrote a book about Trump, and it is, I believe it went bestseller. It is wow. Yeah, and Jack, thank you, and Yvette thanks you for the autographed copy. I appreciate it, brother. Anyways, but yeah, it's there's no, you can't even compare the two. But BLM broke it down.
Yeah,
and I think, but to go after him, because it completely didn't fit their narrative not to. I mean,
Yeah.
the premises of why there was even riots and burning down people's stores and whatnot is questionable in the first place. You have two
Yes.
separate hands of the law. So if you go back and you look at January 6th, right? All those people are held accountable for their actions, justified or not. And then you go back and you look at Portland, Oregon, at the federal courthouse there, when it was held hostage for how long? And no one
Yeah.
did anything.
Yeah. And, there's something too. I want to get back to the riots around the 6th, the insurrections and this and that and other thing. I'm sorry I cannot remember his name. I meant to pull it up before. There was a black officer killed. He was shot, black on black violence, during the BLM Antifa riots. Has anybody heard any more about that? He was he wasn't a Capitol Police officer. He was an officer around that area, but he was defending a federal building, and he was shot and killed by either BLM or Antifa.
Yeah.
I remember
On the news, her daughter told he wasn't far from retirement, I don't think.
No, he was, hell, he's older than I was, you know, and I'm pretty damn old. So, but and there's the link to Jack's book. Jack, if you would contact me after the show, because I'd love to get Chris a copy of that book. It's a phenomenal book.
Actually, I'd like to, as a side note, I'd like to connect with him and have him on my show.
Roger that.
And talk about his book.
It's a really good book. We had him on about 3 or 4 months ago. Very interesting guy. His family's history is interesting, and the book he wrote, it's more of a historical, I guess, dossier would be of the Trump administration, and it's all historical facts. So it is a damn good book. Reba, here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link back up there so everybody can get it. There's the link. It's on Amazon. I don't know that everybody's gonna get a signed copy like I did, but so anyway, yeah, it's I'm shocked at the BLM reaction to Aubrey, because they're not celebrating. To me, they're just not.
And I think it goes back to what you were saying with the mainstream media and the way they push things. Okay, so on the Aubrey case, they'll tell, well, you know, this was the verdict or whatever, but they don't really make a big deal out of it like they do with the Kyle Rittenhouse case. That was plastered all over the news.
Lord. It's
an injustice. I mean, if you listen to some of the liberal commentators or the left-leaning commentators, you know, they were talking about how Kyle Rittenhouse, which I think he should bring a defamation lawsuit, talking about how he's this white racist, you know, sycophant and all of these things, using this type of terminology. Whereas, you know, with the Aubrey case, I mean, they should be plastering this, saying, listen, our justice system might have a few flaws here and there, but it works. It works. By and large, it works. And what happens is they take a case and they base it on the merits of the case. Okay. You know, you have the Aubrey case where they chased him down, they wrestled him, they filmed it. They even used the film in the case to show, well, and they said, listen, this was an avoidable situation. You didn't have to chase him down. You could have called the cops, let the cops handle it, get back. But then on top of it, the beyond a reasonable doubt is what they have to prove.
Yeah.
And in a criminal case compared to a civil litigation case. But then on top of that, they waited 2 months. They knew they had killed this man. They waited 2 months.
Yes.
And the cops had to come find them instead of turning themselves in, which in the eyes of the law can look like an admission of guilt, you know, so it's not good. Whereas in Kyle Rittenhouse case, they're running away from him. Okay. You know, you have to prove certain things in order to prove self-defense. He ran away. He fired in the air. I mean, he legally was able to carry a gun because in that state, a 14-year-old kid can carry a gun for hunting and those types of things.
A long gun.
How they were. Yeah, that's the law. That's the way they were able to work around that whole gun thing. And the liberals and the prosecutor wanted to get him on the gun thing because if they say, hey, he wasn't able to carry a gun, then they can say, well, he was illegally carrying a gun. Then it makes it easier to prosecute him for crime. So totally different cases, especially from a legal standpoint.
And, you know, one of the things that was overlooked during the Rittenhouse thing that I didn't hear MSM really commenting on a whole lot is Rittenhouse literally went to the police and said, I just shot somebody.
Yep.
Please, I just shot somebody. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, he admitted guilt right there, or not guilt, but he admitted that he shot somebody.
Right.
And they told him to get the F away. So, Reba's got the comment up there, and Reba, I'm hoping next week we have more about the Dezine, the whole Epstein Island trial. Now, the thing with that is it will not be televised like the Rittenhouse and the Arbery trial, and they're claiming federal this, that, and the other. They can't put it on TV, so we're going to see sketch artist drawings, and we're going to hear what they want us to hear. So, Buck, what do you think, man? You're shaking your head, brother.
Yeah. You can't get that on TV.
Yeah. It's wow. Yeah, it's incredible. And then, the Reba put on there the exact dismissed the charge. And that's the only, and I told Yvette, I said, that to me, if I were on that jury, that would be the only charge that I may find him guilty of. But there again, I don't live there. I live in Texas, and Tyler's had guns since he was 4. He had his own AR when he was 10, so on and so forth. Our laws, they're different everywhere.
Yep.
But once I found out that you're allowed to carry a long gun at 14, is that correct?
Yep. For hunting. Yep.
Yeah. For hunting. And so, and that can, man, and that law's so gray too. Growing up, I had a 30-30 in my window in my vehicle, but you can't do that anymore. So I grew up in South Carolina, and but that would have been the only thing that I would have found him, guilty of. And
right.
But now that I know the law, there's no. They came to the right. The judge did the right thing. The jury did the right thing. In the Arbery case, the judge did the right thing. And the jury did the right thing.
And I think too, when the prosecution, or excuse me, when the jury saw in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, when they saw the prosecution, so if you remember in the case, if you were following the case, the prosecution gave somebody gave some drone footage.
Yeah.
In the case, the prosecution took the footage and gave the defense a very blurry, it was basically not a very good rendering of the footage, but then what they had was an HD, high definition, really good resolution footage. And when you're a lawyer and you're trying to make a case, if you get a footage that you can barely identify anything in it, you're just like, I don't have anything to worry about. There's nothing to see on this footage. But then when the prosecution comes with a high definition or a better piece of evidence, that's literally evidence tampering. That is literally evidence tampering. That could get I am surprised that the whole case didn't get thrown out for that.
I kept waiting for that, but and what we were discussing here in this house was if it wasn't going to be a mistrial with prejudice, then we'd be right back in the same media circus in a couple of months. So it'd have to be with mistrial with prejudice. That way they couldn't bring him up on the same charges again.
Yep.
But
out like it did.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad it worked out like it
Oh,
did.
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, and to me, I'm glad. I was surprised it didn't get dismissed or get thrown out with prejudice. You're right, but I'm glad that it didn't. In a way, that way this verdict could come through, and he can never be charged or brought up on this again.
Yes.
And it's done. He's done. He can go back to his life. As a matter of fact, what I would do if I was him, I would hire some very high-priced attorneys, and I would go after the mainstream media and all of those that were calling him a white racist, sycophant, all of these different things. I mean, he even came out later and said that he has nothing against black people. He actually which I found very surprising, but he has a right to do it. He actually came out and literally said he supports BLM, which was very, very surprising to me.
Yeah, that shocked me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I bet you support Black Lives Matter in the fact that they have a right to protest.
I do support their right to protest.
Yep.
Of course.
Not to riot, but to protest.
Yep. So this morning, my nephew and I were having a conversation, and he's a liberal, but a very naive young liberal. And we were talking about it. I said, I completely support Black Lives Matter myself. Their right to protest.
Yep.
But their right does not supersede my right.
Exactly.
If I'm a business owner, they do not have the right to damage my business in either way. I have a right to protect my business. I have a right to protect what's mine. And you don't have a right to tamper with it or to take it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm a libertarian, so to say. I don't like the Republicans or the Democrats. I don't like to be kept in a box. And so I like to be able to think for myself, have my own opinions, and say whatever. I agree with anybody's right to say whatever it is that they want to say, regardless of how stupid it is. And then I also have the right to even mute them, watch something else, or agree.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. And you know, Dean, I saw this meme. I saw this meme out there that Kyle Rittenhouse and Nick. Oh God, what's his last name? From the protest around Sandman. There you go, Nick Sandman. They agreed to co-parenting CNN. So you know, and dude, and then he rocks hanging out with 45 right after that. That's awesome. Rittenhouse with 45. I'm like, dude. I got invited to the inauguration, but I'd never been invited to like his house and stuff, you know. So,
I have that one on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You know, and
like 4x8 out in the front yard.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was amazing. And this, I want to ask y'all's opinion on this too, because I am so very pissed about this. Biden's response to the Rittenhouse verdict. Direct quote, while the verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included, we must acknowledge that the jury has spoken. I ran on a promise of bringing Americans together because I believe that what unites us is far greater than what divides us. I know that we're not going to heal our country's wounds overnight, but I remain steadfast in the commitment to do everything in my power to ensure that every American is treated equally with fairness and dignity under the law. I almost couldn't get that out. And then here's his response to the Arbery verdict. Nothing can bring Mr. Arbery back to his family and to his community, but the verdict ensures that those who committed this horrible crime will be punished. While the guilty verdict reflects our justice system doing its job, that alone is not enough. Instead, we must recommit ourselves to building a future of unity and shared strength where no one fears violence because of the color of their skin. Now, these statements are maybe 36 hours apiece. And the complete just disparity. And, well, I don't agree with the justice system, but Arbery, yeah, the justice system, it did what it, and I agree with the justice system did work. It worked in both cases. But this guy, this resident in chief is doing nothing. The same thing that Eric Holder did, the same thing Obama did, caused divide in his country.
Okay, so you want to hear my opinion on that?
Roger that.
I did a mandate guest speech here on the coast 2 months ago. And my whole bit was the government wants to keep us divided. I mean, the whole bit, united we stand, divided we fall. If the government can keep us segregated in all these groups, right, of however it is, race, religion, whatever, then we're weaker. But once they get their heads out of their rear ends and realize it's okay, you don't have to hate each other, then we're stronger and we're united. And that makes the government weaker. I mean, we know Biden is so full of crap. It's just, that was my nice way of saying that, but he's a fraud. He's up there for almost 50 years and he's done nothing but get rich off the backs of the American people with his fraudulent deals.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And yeah, the guy just he's a puppet. Number one, we're still under Obama. It's just, but
he's Obama 2.0 is what
oh,
he is.
no doubt. Obama's like he's like got the remote drone. And he's controlling everything from his basement. But anyways,
And I think his statements, I think they reveal that when it doesn't work in their favor, when a verdict or a anything doesn't work in their favor, it doesn't work, right? It's the whole system is broken to them. Burn it all down. But when it works in their favor, then that's so they can push that narrative. And unfortunately, with people like Biden and with a lot of these lefties, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of them, the narrative is that the majority of the country is racist. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because you're white, you're inherently somehow racist. No, you're not. No, you're not. The same thing that Martin Luther King said, right, is that we should judge people by the character of the man, by the character of the man, by the character of the woman, not the color of their skin. We're living in a day when we actually are doing that. We had a black president, we have black congressmen, we have congresswomen, we have black mayors, we have black city councilmen, black city council women. We are living in a day when we actually can do that because we're not looking at the color of skin anymore, but they want to take us back to all of these people from BLM, the left, the Democrats, Joe Biden. They want to take us back to segregation, literally, where we look at people's skin color and not at their character.
That's right.
Who cares about your skin color? We care about, are you a good person? You a bad person? Are you kind? Are you not kind? We care about who you are as a person.
But it
because
works.
we live in America, where you're an American. That's it. You're an American.
Yeah.
Okay? This is what all of our vets fought and died for. The flag, man. The are you an American citizen? That is what we care about. Do you care about this country? Do you love this country and the people in this country? That's it. That's the only determining factor.
And
Who cares?
How many people have never been anywhere, have never been outside of this country? Man, you go to Africa.
Oh, Lord.
Survival there. When the last time I went to Nigeria, it was 240 Christians, black Christians, killed by Muslim Christians the week before we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the world, it's a mean place out there. Man, you're so absolutely very lucky to be American and have all this opportunity. The fact that you've got electricity and running water and that you can out on any corner you want and say anything that you want to say.
The fact that we're doing the show right now shows how great America is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like me on there.
And Buck. That makes us even more blessed.
I think about it in terms of my own life. My wife, who is Hispanic, right? My wife is Latin. My best friend is from Romania, actually first generation from Romania, right? I have lots of friends that are of all different ethnic and racial backgrounds. And I look at my own sphere of influence that is made up of all of these different people. And not once when I talk to them do I say, I take into account that this person is black or this person is European or that my wife is Latin. Yeah. To me, they're all American citizens now. We all come together. We have laughs. We go out. We have fun. I mean, nobody thinks about that. But yet you have a whole generation and a whole bunch of people that want to make it all about that. And I don't look at that at all, man. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Our guest last week, excuse me 1 second, Buck. Our guest last week that we had, Lana Assassin, she's from Germany, and we met online. Just a phenomenal young lady. Her fiance is now actually in basic training. At 35 years old, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but but hats off to him and thank you for your service, sir. But she actually came from Germany, and she has Serbian descent. Came here and immigrated the proper way. And now she's blowing it up. She's been in TV, movies. She's like some supermodel person. And just talking to her, I mean, for somebody that comes from a different area, and just to get back what you were saying, Buck, that comes from a different part of the world and comes here and does it the right way.
Yeah.
Her love for America was just astounding. And she doesn't take for granted the things that we do on a daily basis. And that we did, because as a veteran and American, I never really took things for granted. But the way things have gone over the past couple of years, yeah, there's no way. If you take things for granted in this country now, then you're just a fool. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And Reba, she's colorblind, and yeah, that's. I mean, honestly, she said it's great to be me, but that you can take that statement, and that's a broad statement, because if you take it literally and figuratively, I think everybody needs to be colorblind. And it's just, and my best friend was Vietnamese from Germany. Yeah. Like I said, if you didn't see last week's show, please go back and watch it. It was an awesome show. We had Lana Assassin on there, Michelle Turner, the whistleblower, ER nurse turned politician, and Josh McDermott. That dude is so full of life, man. He's incredible. But hey, real quick, before we get to the top half of the show, we were talking about the BLM, and I'm just going to say they're out to destroy America.
Sure.
So now, if you look at, like I said, I got on their website, and if people were to ever get into history of my computer, they're probably like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy? He doesn't know what side of the fence he's on." But this is directly from their website. BLM's 7 demands. I'm not going to read them all in depth. I've got them, and I read them because I'm just like, wow. But their number one demand of society is to convict and ban Trump from future political office. Number 2, expel Republican members of Congress who attempted to overturn the election and incite a white supremacist attack on January the 6th. Number 3, launch a full investigation into the ties between white supremacy and the Capitol Police, law enforcement, and the military. I don't know what rock these guys been living under, but okay. Number 4, permanently ban Trump from all digital media platforms. Number 5, completely defund the police. Number 6, don't let the coup be used as an excuse to crack down on our movement. And I did highlight this. Republicans are already busy trying to create an equivalence between the mob on January the 6th and their Freedom Summer of Love. Are you kidding me right now? And then number 7, pass the Breathe Act. The Breathe Act is the police were born. This is their statement. Born out of slave patrols. We cannot reform an institution built upon white supremacy. I'll get y'all's comments here in a minute, guys. I'm sorry, I'm running a little bit behind on that. So now they're comparing January 6th to Chaz Chap Zone. So, wow.
And I think that last one reveals what they really believe. I think it was either the last or the second last, where they said they can't reform an institution based on white supremacy, right?
And they said the police were born out of slave patrols.
This is the problem, because they don't want reform. They want to burn the whole system down and completely start over, but only in their image. And after seeing, I mean, I never supported them. Don't get me wrong. I that's just my personal opinion. I know people may agree or disagree, but I never supported them. But after seeing what they've done on so many levels to so many cities, where they literally burnt buildings down, police officers dying, people getting shot, all of these things that were happening, it's like, really? This is the type of people that you are supporting, whoever supports them. You know, it just was crazy to me to see. You know, I saw here where I live in Michigan, I went down and actually walked among them and started, know, talking to people, interviewing them and stuff. Most of them that I saw were younger people. Most of them were holding signs that said, kill white people, KKK, all of this stuff. It was just,
I saw it in Houston. Yeah.
It was hate filled. I even took pictures. I put it on my Facebook at the time, on my personal Facebook, and these things. And it just, it really saddened me, because this is the younger generation and they seem so filled with hate instead of actually pointing out actual incidences of racism. Okay, point out an actual incident of racism, and then let's go get the person, bring them up on charges, let the law do what it does. But no, it's just this ethereal, unreal thing where it's out there. It's racism behind every corner because it's systematic racism. And you can't actually get at systematic racism because it's either the whole system or it's not.
Right.
And if it's the whole system has to go.
That's right.
That's how that works.
And y'all, and this show goes. I was very happy. Thank y'all to everybody that listened last week during the week. We've got like the worst time slot in the history of time slots, Friday night, because everybody's out doing their thing. But a lot of people. We had over 5,000 viewers last week for the show, and looking at the numbers, it went out to 1 point. Or a little over 102,000 throughout the last 2 weeks. So thank you, Rev-Nation. We sincerely appreciate it. So I'm going to, with those numbers being said, I want to challenge everybody, liberal, Democrat, Republican, whatever you call yourself. I want to challenge each and every one of you that listen to the show and share the show, and I will bring you on. I want to know when you have been racially accosted. I guess I don't know what would be the right terminology here. I want to challenge people to bring forth something that truly happened to you besides a word here, or I didn't hold the door open there, or I want to know what happened to you to turn you so against America that you're willing to turn America upside down to a socialist world. What happened? And I'm challenging anybody out there. I don't care what part of the world you're coming from. I want to know what happened to you, and I want some evidence.
And it's not just black people that feel that way. I spent the last with three very liberal 19, 21-year-olds, and they don't like America as it is. But we had some good conversations, but they don't even have any life experience to even talk about it. They haven't even had jobs yet, right? Man, all your whole outfits, everything you wear, it's all hoodies and sweatpants. And he's about to be wearing work boots. And,
if he's on your farm, I'm sure he is.
And that brings up a really practical point. You know, I think a lot of these younger people, man, they need to go get lives, go get some jobs, man, start being a working man, working woman. And I think that'll take care of some of those people for sure, man. Go start busting your back, doing something productive with your life.
Where that just promotes, that continues to promote this thought process.
Yes. And there again, I challenge anybody. I want to know, show me on this doll where somebody hurt you. I want to know, because if this is such a racist place, I work with every flavor under the rainbow. And we all, you know what's funny is we all get along. They're more my family than my family is, and I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm being funny about that, but I spend more time at work than I do at home. Sure. Love those guys. I'd go to hell in a paper boat with them. And it doesn't come up. It just doesn't. So
it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry?
It doesn't matter to you. You don't think about it.
No, it's when I was in the military, everybody was green. You know, it's just the way it is. Guys, I'm going to jump off the comments for a minute here because we'll get back to them here after the break. Buck, I just want to let you know, every week, Chris has unfortunately been part of this for quite a few times. he keeps coming back, Buck. I don't know. I invite him. He comes back. You think he'd learn, but anyway. So every week we do a little.
I'm a slow learner.
We do 2 segments. One's called Dumbass of the Week, and the other one's Trivia. And the Trivia, we try to give something out. Reba, just want to let you know that I just got my stamp machine, and we're my kids are gonna help me figure it out tomorrow. So I don't know how to operate it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm old and it's new and we're just clashing. So, anyways, we're gonna start off with the dumbass of the week. Let me go ahead and get to the brand here. I'll get back to the comments just as soon as I can. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, because I've got some video in here too. I want to get back on at the end of the break here with the what happened with the Aubrey and Rittenhouse, and then I want to also get into the parade incident in Wisconsin. So let's see here. Where is my dumbass? I know I labeled it dumbass. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the comments and everything else, and there it is. Okay, so go back to here, and oh my Lord, I am lost as a fart in a whirlwind tonight, Chris. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead. Warning, beware of the dumbass. So there we go. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get into the dumbass of the week. Dude broke into a frozen yogurt shop. He broke into a frozen yogurt shop, and all he stole were toppings. I'm going to just let this roll real quick. There he is. He didn't take money. He didn't take anything. All he took were yogurt toppings. And there it is right there. I'm going to show the video real quick.
All right, take a look at this video. A bizarre and shocking burglary in Queens. Police say you're seeing 2 kids there helping a thief break into that frozen yogurt shop. What's more surprising is the items that police say they took. News 4's John Chandler has a story from Glendale.
Frozen yogurt is what Menchie serves. But frozen yogurt is nowhere near the window that this man breaks open. It's 11 p.m. on Easter Sunday. And yes, those are 2 kids by his side.
I go figure, it was a grown man with little kids. Surprising.
Samantha and Ralph have operated this shop at Atlas Park since 2016. They're also parents of 2 young kids.
So sad. Like, what are you trying to teach your kids today?
They watch the surveillance video, stunned to see one of the kids appearing to shine a light while the man grabs something from inside their store. Moments later, the 3 run off.
What's the point of doing something like that?
It's really, really just disturbing.
Ralph didn't notice anything wrong when he opened the store the next morning until he walked into the back room and saw a mess.
I just saw like the window broken and I saw stuff all over the floor and I was wondering like my team members wouldn't have left a place like this. So then when I checked our footage, I noticed like someone pushing in on the window.
His camera captured the window busting open. The man's arm is the only thing that makes it inside. Mall surveillance also shows the man and the 2 kids before the break-in on an escalator. One kid even sliding down it.
This man didn't take any cash from the register. He didn't even help himself to frozen yogurt. All he grabbed through this window that he pried open was maybe some M&Ms or some cake toppings, which leaves the managers and police wondering, why bother?
You expect.
So this guy, now they haven't found him yet. So this guy, they are now charging him as soon as they find him with child endangerment as well. So he broke in. I don't even know what to say in my face anymore. I really don't. This is just it gets better or worse, however you want to look at it, every week.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. I guess when you need them, what did Reeve say? When you need them,
the magic sprinkles.
When you need those magic sprinkles, you need those magic sprinkles. So.
Maybe I had yogurt at the house.
Oh my God, he took M&M's.
I guess maybe he looked at his wallet, was like, "Kids, we're out of money. We're gonna go rob for magic sprinkles." I mean, I don't know. This is nuts.
Oh my God!
Criminals, by and large, do not seem to be. That's why there's a show. There was a show years ago, The World's Dumbest Criminals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're just just criminals in general just don't seem to be that smart. I don't know.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. So he's going to go to jail for child endangerment and breaking and entering over M&Ms. Anyways, so I'm like I said, guys, please bear with me. I'm trying to keep up with everything here now, and that was New York. So as I say every week, stay classy, New York. All right, so the trivia, Laura, this is right up your alley, hun. This is, you got to put on your thinking caps about this. Let me go ahead and get my trivia lined up here. What country did first of all, this week we'll give out a T-shirt, sticker, and a koozie. We'll give out two stickers. We'll give one for your vehicle and then one for your computer. They're two different, and we'll give out a koozie and a T-shirt. Just let us know your shirt size. So, question: what country did the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team defeat in 1980 in the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid to win the gold medal? What country did the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team defeat in 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid to win the gold medal? All right, Daniel. See, you had to listen to the question, brother, because everybody's going to say USSR. What country did the U.S. Olympic team hockey team defeat in the 80 Winter Olympics to win the gold medal? They defeated Russia in the silver medal round. They defeated Finland 4-3 in the gold medal round in Lake Placid to win, after the miracle on ice of beating the Soviet Union. So we have no winners this week. Oh my God. See, I did a little play on words. See what I did there?
Yeah, I was totally clueless. So.
Oh goodness. I think the anniversary of that's actually coming up. All right, Buck, I'm going to
go get some M&Ms.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, Buck, I'm going to play one of your songs here. The first one you sent me, "We the People," I believe, is on the Constitution's on the beginning of the song. I'm sorry to put the name of the song in there. If you could tell us the name of the song.
Don't Tread on Me.
There you go. Don't Tread on Me. A little history on it, real quick, or no?
Yeah. So, man, I wrote this back in the day. It was probably 2012, and I'm a supporter of the Second Amendment. My legal right to own a gun saved my family from harm from a random home invasion. We'll just leave it at that. And so when I saw that the left was coming after our guns, let's put something out there. Me as a songwriter, I have a platform that I can utilize. And man, lo and behold, that song's taken me all across the country. Played a lot of rallies. Political rallies, freedom rallies, Second Amendment rallies. There's a lot of truth to it. There's a very important message within the song.
Roger that. All right. Well, as always, we're going to do a 2-song break. If y'all would join us back for the second hour of TTR Rev-Nation. Guys, if you would go ahead and mute and stop your cam real quick, we'll be back in just a little bit. Please join us for the second half. Enjoy some Buck Allen and Shannon Book.
They're gonna pry these guns right out of my hands. When they come, take them away. I believe in the rights that my fathers gave me when they signed the Constitution that day. No No misguided president or crooked politician with a greasy pocket be spared. When the hard-working man gets tired of your cry, it's gonna rain wrath, beware. Don't tread on me, I'm American free. You're not gonna take it away. I stand up and fight for my freedoms and rights. That's a price you'll have to pay. Don't tread on me, I'm American free. Red-blooded to the core. You ain't ever had a fight in your life like the fight that you're itching for. Well, it's a shame that it comes down to feeling like this. It's a shame I'll stand my ground. Your dirty politics and your backroom deals, they're disgraceful and profound. You better think about it now before you go too far. There's millions out here just like me. Liberty and justice, honor and pride, self-responsibility. Liberty and justice, honor and pride, self-responsibility. Don't tell me I'm American free. You're not gonna take it away. Stand up and fight for my freedoms and rights. That's the price you'll have to pay. Don't tread on me, I'm American free. Red-blooded to the core. You ain't never had a fight in your life like the fight that you're reaching for. Liberty and justice, honor and pride, self-responsibility. You ain't never had a fight in your life like the fight that you're itching for.
I stand here alone with my head in my hands. I've been gone so long, I can't remember where I've been. I'm thinking about back at home, my family and friends, my brothers unknown, and I'm there till the end. It's one thing that we all know. It's one thing we all know. No man is left behind. You'll see me once, you'll see me twice. I fight alongside my brothers, 'cause no man is left behind. Staring out over empty, I see the broken ground. Standing here you've seen me 1,000 times. I fought alongside my brothers. No man is left behind. No man's left behind.
Welcome back to the second half of TTR Rev-Nation. We are so happy to have you here, spending our Friday night with y'all. Chris,
Yes, sir.
wow, I don't even know what to say right now. It's been such an awesome show so far. The time's flying by, brother. Shannon, hopefully he's going to join us again soon. He is out promoting his new album, and he has his new band, Deliberately Broken. Please follow Shannon on Facebook, on Shannon Book Music, and you'll see the band and where they're playing. Shannon's just an awesome guy. So, and love his music, and Buck, your music, I've just been introduced to it this week, and thank you for reaching out to us. Hopefully he's going to come back. I don't know. He's out there in Mississippi with a fire going on. Chris, the parade, the Christmas parade that happened in
Waukesha.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was going through my paperwork in Waukesha, and I believe that's where a lot of our compressors are made as well on the pipeline. We use Waukesha, actually use their brand of their compressors to push it on down the line.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sitting here and I saw it. And right after it happened, I ran and got Yvette, and I'm like, my God, I couldn't even believe what the hell just happened. And the more that came out, it was just incredible. And did you know that this guy had a literally, this is no exaggeration, a 50-page rap sheet?
Yeah. Spanning half his life.
Yes. And right before he did, I think the night or 2 nights before he did this, he actually made a video. And with the vehicle that he used, outlining, and the lyrics were outlining what he was about to do. and I heard this morning as I was leaving work, and I don't know if it's true or not. This is just what came across the MSM, but he was actually fleeing another incident, is what we'll call it.
Yeah.
That's why he did what he did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't even, there are no words to say.
This guy was a bad dude. Bad dude. Yeah, he was, there's talk that he was possibly fleeing a knife incident. And this guy, talking about being a bad dude, this guy was over 2 decades of a rap sheet in which he literally abused his parents, raped and impregnated a teenager, violent crimes, misdemeanors, fleeing arrest, illegal possession of firearms. I mean, just the list literally goes on.
Yes.
And then because of the whole system of, well, we've got to have equality in the courts, right? We've got to have equality in our jails, and equality to them is equal number of white people, equal number of black people.
Yeah.
Because of that, they released him on $1,000 bond, $1,000 bail, and they let him go free. So they wouldn't clog up the courts.
Yeah.
Just absolutely atrocious. And what happened. And I know there's about 5 or more dead with over 40 injured. Absolutely. I mean, people need to be held accountable for this.
The latest that I saw was a 8-year-old who passed away late last night. Now, hey, I want to I did some digging. I always do some digging, and this was the video that was put out. It's got a little narration to it, but there's no disputing what I was saying as far as the video and the vehicle and everything else going on. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna play it. I think it's like a minute. I'm gonna play this real quick, and it's incredible.
I don't know what you thought, but Lil B produced this one.
Only hustlers relate to this, man. You really gotta go through it. You really gotta know what it feel like, you know what I'm talking about? Mob shit, gang gang. If you gon' ball hard, don't take no break. I'm on the road trying to get my family straight. The hood hang on every word that I say. That's real spill, only hustlers relate. Look, I'm a gas on them, don't hit no break. They fly you dripping, homie, what can I say? You counting bands now, I guess that's why they hate. My hashtag, only hustlers relate. Man, I just got a phone call the other day. It's my partner doing time out of state. He told me keep on going hard, don't hit no breaks. He made some choices in the game he couldn't shake. Just want the bag, I'ma count it anyway. And I remember when I couldn't make a way. The plug was playing with the load, I had to wait. Bet I'ma get it, I'ma move it, demonstrate. They fly you dripping on them, that's what they say. Went through them hard nights to get that pay. I'm counting bands now, throw them in the safe. I do whatever for my kids, that's on.
Okay, and I really couldn't understand all the lyrics. I caught a I every once in a while. I'm not a rap guy, I'm sorry. And Pterodactyl, I don't know if you see the comment there. My son's godmother was at the parade. Thank God she's all right. Pterodactyl's been a long time viewer, listener, and part of VRS. So, yes, thank God she's all right. Now, all that being said, I'm gonna help you out with some of the lyrics here, because I just I like this kind of thing. The lyrics: drugs, guns, murder, and F Donald Trump. That was part of that whole little thing we just heard. Let's see here. Many of his tracks. Okay, here's another one. I was sworn in this shit. Look at my pea coat. Drugs, guns, murder. That's all we know. Here's another. If you and Buck, if you want to put these in your songs from moving forward, you're more than welcome. Just call me and I'll send you the lyrics. F a pig and a judge. That's how I'm a live it. Man, we was asking for too long. Now they gotta give it. And I got homies in them cells trying to fight the system. Another portion of that is I done shot a lot of pistols, sold a lot of coke. Pray to God I might see heaven when it's my time to go. Well, I got a feeling that's probably not going to happen there, brother. He has a track entitled Genocide. It's about violence, poverty, and the AIDS epidemic. Here's another portion of it. Just grab a trigger and pull. What you waiting for? Another song. Is Obama really for the blacks? Is he why the F we still in the trap? Why the F we still selling crack? Now, just to get back to you, Chris, what you were saying, Brooks has been in and out of jail for decades for a slew of felonies and lesser charges ranging from strangling a woman to impregnating a minor. Now, I did look at his 50-page rap sheet. I'm not going to go into all of it. We can just assume what the hell's in there, just listening to the lyrics of the songs and not trying to put somebody in a box, but you just ran over grandmothers and children. So I can assume that you're just a violent piece of shit. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Now, and what's amazing to me, this court system that Biden seems to be so wishy-washy on, he was out on bail. He had an outstanding warrant in another state, but Wisconsin couldn't see it because of the way the system is set up. They were not allowed to look into another state to see if he had an open warrant.
Yep.
So this guy was let loose on $1,000 after raping a woman, making a song about it, putting it on YouTube, talking about killing whites and Trump supporters. And then he does what he does in Waukesha. Are you kidding me right now? If there's a problem with the judicial system, that's it. Kamala, thank you for lowering bail for people. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave it up to y'all for a second. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. Woo!
There's so many places you can start right there.
Yeah, I left it very open-ended, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I'll agree. The judicial system is flawed. He should have never been released. And I'll throw this out there to you. I don't make a good victim. The guy I shot, been out of jail less than 30 days. Come to my house in a stolen Mercedes-Benz that he stole from the detailing part of a brand new car dealership. It was a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Still had all the stickers in the windows. Pulled out a sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun on me at my house in my front yard.
Wow. I did not know that until just now. That's wow.
It didn't work out for him. We'll just leave it at that.
Imagine.
As it should not.
Yes.
Right. But
that's all I'm going to say, as it should not, because you have a right to defend yourself.
FAFO, brother. FAFO.
Darn straight.
I spent years in Saudi Arabia. And there, if you steal, you get your hands cut off. You get your right hand cut off. And you don't see anybody walking around with one hand because you already know the consequences of what's going to happen to you if you steal.
You know, and it's funny. It's one of the first things that stood out to me. My first tour in Iraq, we touched down in Saudi Arabia. Okay. And we got to mill around a little bit, but not a lot. But I'm going to tell you right now, back in the day, I don't know if it's still that way. They still had the chopping blocks out there, guys. It was still there.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And yeah, that ain't no ketchup on them damn things, you know.
In Rahima, which is a little village near on the Persian Gulf. So they have prayer time. Everything's shut down. All of a sudden, when prayer time's over and everything starts to open back up, the religious police push everybody to the center square. Little Toyota pickup truck pulls up with a guy in the back, and his head's covered. His hands are tied, and they're right there in front of everybody. They herded you all there. And they said, this is what will happen to you if you steal. Hand stretched out, they cut his hand off right there in front of everybody. You can unsee it. You cannot unhear that.
No.
And it works for them.
You know, in some sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is my opinion. I think a little bit more of that should be here.
I'm not saying that people that steal should get their hands cut off, but if you commit a violent crime against another human being,
there's going to be consequences.
Yeah, but you can go to California right now, shoplift $999 worth of shit, and not go to jail. Yvette and I are going to vacation there next week, so we can go Christmas shopping. But I mean, seriously, how dumb is that? You can steal $1,000 worth of stuff and not be held liable in any way.
But I think to the point of this guy being released, okay?
Yeah.
Daryl Brooks, I think was his name, right?
Yes,
Daryl Brooks.
correct.
I think to the point of this guy being released, I think it shows how much CRT and that type of thinking has infiltrated into our system and into the courts and into these prosecutors, where the reason they released him and they didn't give him a speedy trial and they've released him so many other times is because of this concept of we need equality in our jails and in our court systems, instead of saying, who cares if this guy's black or white or whatever color he is, he committed a crime. He needs to pay for the crimes that he has committed. But time and time again, if you look through the rap sheet, as I'm sure you did, which I did, time and time again, they end up releasing him literally time and time again.
And we're not talking about shoplifting or anything. He is a violent criminal.
Violent criminal.
His convictions
Yeah,
include violence, statutory rape, and drug sales, drug paraphernalia, intent to distribute. The list go. I mean, it's 50 pages. We could take a 2-hour show and just go over his damn rap sheet.
And the crazy thing to me is they see this, they get him before him for another crime, and then somebody thought, oh, just pay $1,000 and you're back on the street.
Yeah.
It's like it just blows me away. You're talking the same state that wanted to defund the police are throwing criminals that literally have literally for rape and all of these different things, throwing them back on the street. And then something like this happens, and you wonder why stuff like this happens, because stupid people are releasing criminals back on the street.
Y'all, he was literally arrested twice in Wisconsin for violent crime. Twice in Wisconsin.
Yep.
There was a lady in Alabama that shot another lady here recently, and she was out on bail for shooting someone already. So it has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with gender. The judicial system is just flawed, where if you commit a violent crime, you get another chance.
Uh-huh.
And chance.
It's and chance. Yeah. It's Milwaukee's had a problem with low bail and woefully lenient sentences for years now. Yes, I agree. And pterodactyl, I did not know that until I did the research. I'm a research hound, and obviously, if it's not in my world here in Texas, unfortunately, I don't. Other than the national scope of politics, right. But I looked at Milwaukee, and it's incredible. It's incredible. Their bails are under $1,000. Their bail, I'm sorry, are under $1,000.
And this is exactly what I mean, because Terrell brings up a good point. Is that they have had a problem with this because of the whole concept of equality and CRT seeping into, instead of the prosecutors and officials looking at it and saying, listen, we're going to judge this and base this off the facts of this person's a criminal. Race is not going to come into it one way or the other. This person is a criminal. They've done this, this, and this. These are the facts. Okay, we're either going to keep them or not keep them. They look at it and say, well, we need to have equality. We need to have the same number of whites and blacks in the system to show equality. Right. That means some people that are pretty bad people are getting released for $1,000 or whatever it may be.
Yep.
It's just it make there's no rhyme or reason. And the vice resident, she was one of the big ones advocating for the low bail numbers, and that's why these protesters, they get arrested, get out, arrested, get out, arrested, get out, over and over and over again. And look, that set precedence, and now look where it's gotten us. It's gotten us some guy named Math Boy. His rap name, I can't remember. His rap name it's not even worth mentioning. Daryl Brooks. You're gonna be punked out in prison for a long time, son, because you killed an 8-year-old. And
good,
but this is the kind of crap that we get when you do that. And I don't understand what low bail for violent crime has to do with racial equality. I cannot figure that out. And there's somebody out there can please help me understand that, because apparently I'm too dumb to figure it out. But low bail does not equal racial equality. It equals violent criminals getting out and doing violence again.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's the concept that minorities, okay, whether true or not, the concept that minorities cannot afford a high bail. And so therefore,
don't commit a crime.
Well, sure. I agree with you 100%. You don't want to go to jail. Don't commit a crime. It's that simple,
Yeah, math boy, Daryl Brooks, math boy, do the math. I'm sorry. Anyways, wow.
You want to hear something funny? So I was conducting a job interview about a month ago. There's a young guy, and he had been arrested, and I said, "Well, what'd you get arrested for?" He said, "I didn't run." He said, "I always run from the cops."
Okay. You had me confused for a minute, but
yeah.
So he got arrested because he didn't run.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Please tell me it's not one of the hoodie guys you got out there.
Wasn't a relative. This was a
yeah, no, I'm just messing around.
Hopeful employee.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's the fact that he was arrested in Wisconsin twice, right before this, and there should be no right there. This guy should go under the jail, But
it's not going to change until the people in local jurisdictions get fed up with it, or people nationally get fed up with it, put their foot down. So what the hell are you doing? Let's fix this. We don't have politicians currently in Washington, D.C.
Exactly.
that problems.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I'm going to go ahead and put my plug in. I'm running for the 143rd Congressional District right here in the great state of Texas. Anyways.
If we need good people.
Yeah, I'll support you.
I appreciate it. We'll have you sing at my inauguration. How about that?
I'm glad you didn't say dance at your wedding.
Well, you're a tad bit behind on that one, but you've not been together for a long time. So, well, guys, it's about 8:40. And at the bottom, I just want to say why I've got that banner on there. Say their name. I've heard say his name so many times, including at the Aubrey trial. I've heard it throughout the years. You know what? Waukesha victims, I want to hear BLM say their name. Their names should be sung from the mountaintops right now. These people, they were grandmas, the dancing granny, an 8-year-old, the grandchildren, pterodactyl. His family was out there, for God's sakes. You know what, BLM, Antifa, politicians, say their damn name, because it needs to be said. It needs to be sung from the top of the hills. I'm so sick of this freaking hypocritical crap. Anyways, we're at the top of the hour, are getting there. And now that I'm through ranting, we just got through with Thanksgiving. So, Chris, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask the guest first here. Sir, what do you have to be thankful for Thanksgiving? We're a day behind, but what do you have to be thankful for, brother? Besides Crown Roll. There you go. Man after my heart. So what do you have to be thankful for, brother? As he's frozen. He is frozen. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Was that to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're the guest.
All right. So, and I'm thankful for the freedoms that I have. I'm thankful for my family and my health. I'm extremely thankful that of the opportunities that we can have in this country. When you have a vision and a dream, and you have the desire, and you dig deep, that you can be anything that you want to be. I've seen people all over this world with no electricity, that's never had electricity. I've seen people all over this world that's never had running water, people that never had a voice, people that had no freedoms whatsoever. And I'm so very thankful for the freedoms that we have. And I hope that we can, us together, can put a message out there that can bring those in from the other side to see the truth that we're speaking, and to make the country a better place.
We are definitely on the brink. You know, and Chris, before we get to you, because I know you've got a lot to be thankful for, brother. But we are on the brink. And Shannon Book brought it up on the show many times. We've talked about it. He and I've argued about it back and forth. But if this country can even make it to 2022, that's what I'm scared of. And then the election cycle in 2022, if we're actually going to have politicians, they're going to grow a set and do the right thing. And then from 2022 to 2024, it's, my God, we may be in apocalypse at that point, but it's a day by day thing. So anyways, go ahead, Chris. What do you have to be thankful for, brother?
Well, I'm definitely thankful for my wife and for our little girl. Uh, a lot of people don't know, but it took us a long time to have a little girl. So, a very long time. We thought we were going to give up on having children. We just didn't think it was in the cards for us. So very thankful for that. And it happened in such a tumultuous and onerous time that we just kind of look at it and we're like, man, out of all this craziness, we get blessed with something so awesome. So very thankful for that, and very thankful that this past year and a half, 2 years has moved me out, starting my company, starting the Daily Brief, and being able to be on that platform and make a difference for truth in the media narrative. It's one of the things I'm so passionate about, and being able to do that and start this company. So I am extremely thankful for that. And I'm thankful for being able to live in one of the freest, greatest countries on the face of this earth. And it only got this way because our men and women in uniform protected and fought for it. And our boys in blue and all of our service members, I'm thankful, man. I couldn't be more thankful that we are living in a day and age and in a time and in a country where we are free to do something like this. Sit here and talk and tell our minds whether we agree, disagree, whatever. This free, this is not like this around the world. And I know that. And I know you guys know that. You have been around the world, man. You guys know it. You cannot go to Syria or Iran and stand up and say you disagree with the government, because or China, you're probably going to get a bullet in the head, or you're going to get thrown into a gulag and beaten half to death, until you come out saying that, China, they take good care of me. They're so great. They're wonderful. I mean, it's awesome here. I'm very thankful, very thankful. So a lot to be thankful for. I could sit here for an hour saying what I'm thankful for,
right?
But,
I'm thankful for y'all. I'm thankful for the platform that we've been given, and I'm thankful for my family. I've got a very beautiful family, my daughters and my boys, and I'm thankful for people like my dad who paved the way for us. He served 3 tours in Vietnam, and my brothers and sisters that I served with. Our oldest boy, he may be going on deployment number 4 here pretty soon. So I'm thankful that we have people that are willing to lay it all on the line. And I'm also thankful for the fact, I'm going to synagogue tomorrow. I'm able to worship my God in my way, and that has not been taken away yet. I'm thankful for a country that I still believe in. I still believe in it, and we're hanging on by a thread, guys, but I still believe in this country. I believe in the Constitution. And in a weird way, I still believe in the people here in the United States. I really think that they're going to get their head out of their ass at some point. And I pray for that every day. And I'm thankful for the fact that I can pray. So, there's so much to be thankful for. And I'm thankful for good friends and just family, friends, and this beautiful, beautiful country that we've been blessed to live in. And guys, all I'm going to say is be the change that you want. Be epic every damn day. Be epic and be the change that you want. Buck, man, I'm going to put you on the spot here, brother, because I'd be real thankful if you do this. Can you give me a teaser of the song you sent me? Just a chorus.
Again,
Chris, you're going to love this song. I swear to God, when I heard it, my wife and I'm pretty sure somebody went by through dirt in our eyes. We had a little moisture coming from the top end of our face. So if you would, I'm very thankful for people like you too, brother, because it's not just the military. And Chris, I'm thankful for people like you. It's patriots. It's people willing to speak up and lay it all on the line. Buck, if you would tell us a little bit about the song, and then we'll let you play.
It's called Freedom's Not Free. And I spent 5 years in Iraq, 10 years in Saudi Arabia. And my time in Iraq was a pretty rough bit. It affected me. And when I came home, I wasn't the same person. And I'm not today. After all these years later, I came home. I went there in the beginning of 2006, and came home December 2010 with just pretty much straight vacations in here and there. And when I came home, I just didn't even feel like that.
Yeah.
I was part of society, that I even fit in anywhere. I don't even feel like I do now. And I'm just a different kind of person. I think I probably look at life a little differently than people around me do. There's a different appreciation, as well as a different disregard. And so when I sat down and I wrote this song, and it took me like 3 years to write it. The first verse was just automatic because it's how I was feeling then when I came home. But PTSD, veterans committing suicide, it ain't a damn bit of that comes from weakness. And it took me so long to get the second verse as I wanted it, so where it was actually reflecting reality of PTSD and veteran suicide, where those guys are strong. Just the things that affected you can be stronger. And we need to understand that and reach out to them and protect them, and try to convince them that there's another sunrise, and it's a beautiful sunrise. Every day within your new self, you got to find a way to embrace your broken self, man. There I am. So sorry I went on, but you asked. It's called Freedom's Not Free. He just came back from the desert. It was still there in his mind. He told himself it would just take a little time. It didn't feel right walking into Walmart, and it wasn't right at home. He couldn't help but feel like he didn't belong. A little unease everywhere that he went. Tears they fell and time was spent trying to find the man that he once knew. He said, I've always been a good man, to God and country true. I did my part and I paid the price for the red, white, and blue. I love my country, I love my flag, I do it all again. Freedom's not free. You have to wait 2 weeks to hear the rest of it.
I don't like you right now. I've heard the whole thing, but I was ready for you to keep going. Guys, thank you, Chris, and thank you, Buck, for joining us tonight. Shannon's like my music guru. He's a brother from a different mother. He's usually a host on the show, but like I said, he's out with Deliberately Broken, and he's promoting his new album and new band. He said it's great stuff. As you can see, I put it down there at the bottom. And for him to say that, it's got to be great stuff. Chris, Buck, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and hope we see you next week at the same Rev time, same Rev channel. Until then, please enjoy all the shows on TTR Rev-Nation, and join us, I'm sorry, with all the great entertainment on VRS and the CSBC Common Sense Broadcasting Network. As always, reach out. Don't become a statistic. Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And as always, God bless the United States of Texas and the United States of America. We'll see y'all next week.
Look around you, what do you see? Freedom's being taken away from you and me. The devil is addicted with a boot on your throat. They send you up the creek with a paddle, not a boat. Taxes are up and people are down. Government's running us into the ground. Crooked politicians are all around. Vote them all out and run them out of town. Better stand up for freedom, man. Why you still got it? Why you still can? Coming with a big iron hand. You better stand up for freedom, man. Like working for a living and pulling your weight here in the United States. Our founding fathers are rolling in the graves. The founding fathers would be so dismayed. Political correctness, it just don't pay. Don't you believe what the liberals say? Better stand up for freedom, man. Why you still got it? Why you still can? Government's coming with a big iron hand. You better stand up for freedom. For your rights, don't be afraid to get in the fight. It's the only way to keep freedom in sight. You gotta stand up for freedom, man. Better stand up for freedom, man. Why you still got it? Why you still can? The government's coming with a big iron hand. You better stand up for freedom, man. You better stand up for freedom. You better stand up for freedom. Stand up for freedom, man.
You know, I forgot what it means.
But that sounds great.
My mind's going blank now. What's the song about everybody, you know, what, I can't remember. Anyway.
LGB, FJB, LGB, FJB, LGB, FJB,
LGBT. Also, FJP. All kidding aside. LGBT plus FJP. And it goes like this.
LGB.
Come on, man. I'm so happy to say that.
FJB.
Let's go.
My very close friend Vladimir Putin. I thank you.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
I can feel like everybody loves Brandon.
FJB.
Let's go. Rennen.
That might sound something like a song that means a lot to me.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
So, I don't know what the hell's going on here.
FJB.